You said right here you got in on SPY when it broke VWAP.
Yeah, well, yeah, on the second two-minute EWO, right at 11:26.
Yep. Hey, everybody. Should you get into SPY at 11:30?
No.
Why?
Low VWAP.
Well, because it's lunchtime.
And
No, the trend is up.
Yeah,
you go.
yeah, exactly.
There you go. The overall trend is to the upside. So if you're buying puts, when the whole trend is to the upside, you're already going against the grain. You're already in the most dangerous trade you can be in the whole day. Does that make sense?
Did he buy
Okay.
puts?
Yeah, we
Yes.
don't buy puts when the whole thing has been going to the upside. See it?
That's only for scalper. We know what they're doing.
Yes, and if you're scalping, you wouldn't have lost any of that money because you're telling me 200 or 300. If you were scalping and it went against you, your stop loss is going. What do we do on a scalp with our stop loss, everyone?
Just above possible.
That's right. It's
Yes.
immediate. Right?
Well, I always thought I heard that you don't cherry pick and you look at the 2-minute EWO and it had been going down since about 10:50 it was on its way down, and I waited until it got below VWAP and I waited until it got below the 200. So I thought that it was and the 2-minute EWO, it was like everything lined, it was below VWAP, below the 200. It was the second candle on the 2-minute EWO. I thought that, I mean, that's like 2 or 3 confirmations. I thought it was going to continue to the downside.
Well, let's do this then, since we don't cherry pick it, right? Can you see my screen, partner?
Yeah.
So right here was your first entry. You bought a Tesla since we're not cherry picking, right? So you made a ton of money right here. Then you entered the second 2-minute EWO, which is the third candle on this one, and you entered it here and you made a ton of money today. Then you got in on the next one. If it was right here, this is the one you entered, which was in here. This one was a stinker. You would have immediately got out when it broke VWAP. Now you're on this one to the upside, which is right here, and now you're making money. So you made money on 1, 2, 3 trades and not this one. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because
You're
if
right.
you only got one, you just told me you just cherry picked this one. So if you got in on this one, this one, this one, and this one, you're way up, right?
Yeah.
So did you
right.
cherry pick it or did you enter all these trades?
No, yeah, you're right. I waited on this one.
You know, SPY is a really hard one to trade. Instead of that, concentrate on like a Ford, right? What was it? SOXL was running all day long. We called Bank of America all day long. We called Qualcomm all day long, right? There's so many other things. AI we called all day long. There's so many other things you could have been in, and you're over there in SPY, which is the #1 hardest stock in the world to trade in, right? Let's make this trade together before I head to lunch. So I'm looking at it right here. Everybody look at this. This will help us all. This is the trade, right? So if we look at the second candle, which I can barely tell if it's longer than the first candle, right? The rule is always it has to be longer. So I can't tell if it's longer or not. But if it is, let's say it was. We entered on this candle here, yes? Which is, I don't care any of this. I don't really care. Whichever one it is. Look at what the next 2 candles do. Is this a sign of strength or weakness, everyone?
Weakness.
A weakness. It went the wrong way. What do you do right here?
Get up.
Get out. Yeah.
Sure, it should not be in that. Well, what about if it hits this spot?
Zero.
Yep, you get out.
Yeah, you're saving. Yeah.
So even if we entered this trade, even if you did it on this trade, and you're right, if everything was great and you're like, this is awesome, this is the move. Well, as soon as it went up here and stayed, I'm out. As soon as this changes colors, I'm out.
It's
Right.
better to get out with a tiny little loss and
Right.
get back in the right direction later and recover that. That just get a huge loss.
Yeah, that's right. Because then what you're supposed to do is you were supposed to re-enter here, which is to the upside, which is here. And now you're making money to the upside, which would have offset this move, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That why I had my hand raised or whatever. I seen exactly what you're saying, and I did get in on that.
Yep.
And if you see the second candle to the upside was bigger on the EWO and I got in, and then it immediately went down and the next candle was below the other one. So, and it went back down and I got nervous or whatever. So I moved my stop up and it hit. And then after that, it ripped back up and I would have made money on the deal.
Yep, which is okay. I mean, this is what we're here for, right? So what happened is you got burned on this one, and it sounds like you did the right thing. You waited until this fourth candle. You entered here, which is somewhere in this range. I don't care where it is. Anything in here, it pulled back. So what happened, everybody, as you can hear, because this one burned him when it hit up here and he lost money, this one he got emotional on, right? Did
Yes.
everybody hear how he said he scooted his stop up instead of waiting the 25 to 40% rule, even though it was above VWAP? Super trend was your friend. It was above the 200. The colors had changed. The overall trend was to the upside. Emotions took over, got stopped out, and did not allow the runner to run, right?
Coach, can you share your trading view on that same ticker?
I won't have time only because I got hands up, but does that make sense? Yeah,
Starting to make sense, coach. Thank you.
very well.